Greetings. Today, the moon is in Cancer, where we feel things, we attend to our feelings, our needs, that movement of energy. And we also have today the planet Pluto in its last day in Capricorn. Tomorrow, Pluto is shifting into Aquarius, bringing a background theme vibe that will feel different. And so let's take a quick peek at what that looks like. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, November 18th. And just as a quick reminder, tomorrow I am offering a webinar to dive a little deeper into these planetary energies, Pluto shifting into Aquarius. In fact, the webinar will be held as Pluto goes into Aquarius, and looking at some other outer planets, giving you some ways to work with the energies, how to harness the creative power of the unknown and being alive in a time of shift and change. So I'll give you a little bit more information on that at the end of this video. But for today, again, looking at this Cancer moon, the moon is waning. So we are integrating, we are processing and digesting what has been unfolding. And it's been quite a lot of energy, right, being released around this moon cycle. And so today with the Cancer moon, you may notice that you are able to process some of the ways that some of the information may need to be processed emotionally. And so you might be able to access your feelings, to tap into those places of where you're able to feel things and maybe let go, maybe release a little bit as you feel what you feel. And of course, if you find yourself in the midst of an emotional process, recognize that it is part of how you are processing the information. And so whether you need to cry or laugh or get angry or what shows up for you, that may be necessary and important for you as you are processing these energies of change within you, of having to let go of attachments, expectations, things that maybe didn't go the way you thought they would, and or what current events mean for you and how they feel, and processing some of the feelings about what it means for your family, for people you care about, and for caring in the world in general. So there is a lot of energy moving, and with Pluto being at 29 degrees 59 minutes today, heading to move into Aquarius on Tuesday, where now Pluto is leaving Capricorn for good. Well, not forever, but at least for the next 230 years, which is effectively forever for those of us who are alive today. So with that letting go, we're releasing the energy and the work of that phase that we have been through collectively, of Pluto being in Capricorn, Pluto, the great transformer, being in the sign of Capricorn, which has to do with systems, structures, ways of being organized, how we ground, how where our rules are, right? How the system operates. And so thinking about things like government and what are the ways that our lives get organized, and this transformation at that deeper level, looking at what systems, what institutions will continue, how are we bolstering those systems and structures where we still see value in them? And what are we letting go, or what is changing, whether we want it to or not? All of these themes are up. And with Pluto leaving Capricorn, we're going to enter into Pluto in Aquarius, where we are thinking about our ideals, our principles, our bigger picture of our vision for the future, what it is we want, what freedom looks like, what rebellion looks like, revolution, what it looks like to create the experience of freedom, and where we need to reclaim our power to be able to do that. And so the power, Pluto is power in Aquarius, which is freedom and individuality, being your own person, being true to yourself. And so claiming power from the place of authenticity, and connecting with others, right, through grassroots movements, and communities, and how we want to work together to be the change, create the change that we want to see in the world, what it looks like to rebel against or resist those systems that we don't want to give our approval to. And so this shows up for us in different ways, depending on where you're at and what your political beliefs are. But one of the themes coming through is this idea of information, how information is shared, how our shift to a life that is more oriented toward the internet and virtual reality, how that disconnects us, isolates us, separates us from our ability to have human connections, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, all of these things can be exposed to that Plutonian dark side of what does it mean to have this disconnect from human warmth and connection. So the antidote for that, right, is connection. It's getting real. It's having real relationships that have that human messiness to them. Maybe being uncomfortable because you have to talk to somebody who doesn't agree with you and so on. But really, it's so important to show up authentically and I guess reject, but that's not quite the right word. The temptation to isolate yourself or to live in a virtual bubble on the internet, or find the information pockets that validate what you already believe, and so on and so forth. So make it real. Cultivating friendships, human connection, connection to what is real and gives meaning to your life, is going to be very important as we navigate Pluto in Aquarius. So to that point, I am going to be sharing. I have a webinar tomorrow that I'm offering, and I would love to see you there. It's $15 to attend, but we're going to dive a little deeper into some of these topics, to understanding the messages of the outer planets. So Pluto in Aquarius, Neptune in Pisces, Uranus in Taurus, what Saturn and Neptune are doing next year as they join up and both enter Aries around the same time. Changes next year coming in these planetary shifts. Pluto in Aquarius tomorrow leading the way, and some other planets, outer planets, will be following by changing signs next year, especially moving from water and earth signs. Neptune is in Pisces, Uranus is in Taurus, those are water and earth. Pluto in Capricorn is earth. So all shifting into air and fire signs, bringing a very different feeling. So if you feel called, I would love to have you join me on this webinar. Tomorrow it's $15 to attend, and we will be diving a little deeper in connected ways, right? So a little bit more having that connection with the live webinar and the ability to ask questions and interact. So I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to be talking about harnessing the creative power of the unknown. The link is in the description for this video to learn more about what I'm going to cover and how to join. So deepening self-care, building community in uncertain times, really diving into how do we do that, giving you some exercises and some ways of thinking about how to bring this into your everyday life, how to cultivate and bring out the best of what these energies have to offer, and watch for the pitfalls and not fall into the traps of the lower vibration of these possibilities. So if you're finding the times that we're in to be confusing or overwhelming, come and get some support, feel the support of community, and we're going to dive into a deeper understanding of the energies that are playing out, how you can show up fully for yourself, for the people you love, for your community, in compassion and action that's grounded in truth, clarity about who you are and why these things are important, because the stakes feel high right now, but there is a way through. And so that's what we're going to talk about, how to move through this, how to do it with grace and empowerment and truth and clarity and love and connection. So join me for that webinar. I hope to see you there tomorrow. Find the link to sign up in the description for this video. I'm Marina Orms, and my website is astrologyheals.com. Thanks so much for being here. And by the way, there will be a recording of tomorrow's webinar. So if you're watching this and you missed the date or weren't able to come live, you can still sign up and get the recording. So check it out. Click on that link that will give you more information how to sign up for that webinar. And thanks again for being here, for subscribing, and for all that you do to take care of yourself and to be a force for caring in the world. I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.